looks down on you, and it's calling me to carry on this life. Let the spirit fly away. I never had a reason to regret the birth that tells. I'm grateful by taking season. The one thing that nobody knows. Too many compromises. I don't want to live in that. More than a thin disguise, I'll be holding on till the smile begins on my face. Hiding the truth, you know I'm far from grace. Turning the pages of the words I've said, but the passion will never be gone. Look at the smile, it makes it look at the smile. Hiding the truth, you know I'm far from grace. Turning the pages of the words I've said, but the passion will never be gone. The spirit goes on. The spirit goes on. My spirit goes on. Darkness fades to white, through the light fantastic. Never day or night, in this false illusion. Those are your fears that have held back the years, chasing shadows. Chasing shadows tonight. You're on the info highway, change your personality. Turn yourself into someone that you just pretend to be. No trace of where you come from, been hurt but never seen. You don't know where you're going, along with the machine. Breaking out through the line, now you're chasing shadows in the night. Faster than the speed of light. Let the darkness fade to white. Faster than the speed of light. Been cruising off into this virtual collective soul. No time is wasted with a password, you can take control. I know you're one of many that knows the time is right. Could this be self-destruction? Electric dynamite, breaking out through the light. Now you're chasing shadows in the night. Faster than the speed of light. Let the darkness fade to white. Faster than the speed of light. With the new technology. How many times can you understand? How many times can you make amends? How many ways can you hide your pain? Standing in the rain, running away from your sanity. Open the door that makes your mind believe. Shying away from the loaded gun, aiming for the sun. Lost in illusion, it's your reality. How does it feel when you face the confusion? Lost in illusion, what do you wanna be? They will declare you a threat to society. How many ways can you live those lies? Playing the big shot in a blind man's eyes, spilling the blood to mark the ground you rule. Don't you play the fool, dressing yourself for your dignity, walking the streets to make you think you're free. What will you do when the well runs dry? Kiss your ass goodbye. Lost in illusion, it's your reality. How does it feel when you face the confusion? Lost in illusion, what do you wanna be? They will declare you a threat to society, a threat to society, a threat to society, a threat to society. You're still gonna let slide, you're out of control. They're trying to break your soul. So watch what you're doing and open your eyes. The danger is in disguise. Lost in illusion, it's your reality. How does it feel when you face the confusion? Lost in illusion, what do you wanna be? They will declare you a threat to society, a threat to society, a threat to society, a threat to society, a threat to society. Thunder Reside.